Hello everyone, welcome back to X-tricated. I am DDB and with me is KB.
Yeah, how you doing, guys?
Okay, so I'm going to read a lot of things for KB on this episode. First of all, it was Royal Rumble happened.
Can we not do this, please? Thank you.
Guess what? I watched the highlights.
Stay focused.
I watched the highlights of the Royal Rumble. By the way, anybody that does not know this, WWE Royal Rumble, this is the period where Road to WrestleMania starts. You understand?
That's the playoff season.
More like playoff season or knockouts of Champions League, right? It just happened last night, and a lot happened. Like amazing things happened, and I watched it. But KB has not watched it.
He didn't watch it. He watched the highlights, and
I watched every single action that matters. I'm really prepared to spoil it for him, but just because I am a benevolent individual.
Just because he's scared of me.
I'm not scared.
That violence will ensue.
I'm not scared. Pierre Ripley won the Royal Rumble for Women's Royal Rumble. Yay! I must pour one.
That is perfectly fine. If you don't hear from David anymore, just know that I have him locked up somewhere.
Anyway, guys, you're welcome back. So before he locks me up, let's just go through a little bit of a policy review, for Naira Redesign. So the Naira Redesign has this whole thing started when?
I think it started in October. That's when it was first announced.
October, yeah?
Mm-hmm. That we are going to be printing new notes. And they said that by December they'll start issuing new notes. December when the time starts, but mid-December, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that by January 31st, the old notes will no longer be legal tender.
Yes.
Yeah. So that's when all this happened. And then we had our
predictions.
About
in our 2023 predictions, we actually made some certain predictions. But anyway,
we had some theories about the reasons why this was being done. Understand?
And
they don't just print new notes for printing sake.
Yes.
Sometimes it can be to change the look of it, but then it's done strategically most of the time.
And they mentioned it was for security, which is, to be honest, we're actually going to go there. To be honest, to me, I don't feel it's for security. Security, yes. For fraud, whatever they want to say, is part of it. Yeah. But then, in our predictions, we mentioned that it was going to be. I think we were agreed on the fact that Nigeria is in debt crisis, and then they wanted to print money just to help certain situations for that.
Yes. And
we were wrong. It's not that. It's not that.
Because if you look at it right now, the money is made in such a way that Naira is supposed to be scarce. You understand? Mm-hmm. So if it were to be the case, if it was being printed to cope with debt crisis,
it's supposed to be a
stimulant in excess.
Yes, it's supposed to be a stimulant, not that it should not be scarce. You understand? So that we're wrong there, and also it is not to curb inflation. We mentioned that it was done to curb inflation, right?
Yeah.
It might be to curb inflation, but but
it's just a really slow effect.
Yeah, right
now the inflation rate has increased.
It has been increasing. It's over 22% right now. And in our predictions, we actually mentioned that it was even going to get to 24%.
But then sometimes when inflation increases, it's not really by government policy. It might just be actions of Nigerians. Because let's face it, Nigerians are very, very, very.
See, I think that's another episode on its own. See, we really need to come and talk about. We're going to talk about Nigerians' habits of undercutting and going beyond or against certain policies that the government actually make. Right? That is a whole different episode, right?
And maybe the government just allows it to work.
Yeah, maybe.
So we can't really blame Nigerians. Even still blaming the government, because quite alright, we all say, later on in this episode I'm going to talk about a little bit of some things that have happened so far relating to this Naira Redesign that I'm not happy about Nigerian citizens' behavior, concerning some certain things.
True.
We have a way of capitalizing on every single thing. We want to make everything about us, everything a profit-making
Yes,
scheme. You
exactly.
understand? So yeah, let's jump right into it.
So
David.
during that period, like since then, now they've extended it from 31st January to 7th February. By the way,
7th or 10th?
is it 7th or 10th?
10th.
Sorry,
I think.
10th. Yeah, 10th of February, right? Now, we are recording this on Sunday, the day that it was announced, right? And this episode is dropping on Wednesday, 1st of February. So, now, why? Because there is no logistical infrastructure, right, to redeem these new notes. You understand? A lot of things is happening, like the madam that used to buy stuff in front of my house, she doesn't collect money now. She's now adapting to a cashless policy. You understand? She's adapting to a cashless policy, right?
That you don't have to transfer something. That's I saw you complaining on your WhatsApp status.
Yeah.
You have to transfer for something that's less than 200. We're talking
Exactly.
about a bag of water.
A bag of water is 150 naira, and I had to transfer money for that. I was like, okay.
And you
it's
know,
alright.
it's a little bit crazy because depending on the bank that you use, you're going to have bank charges for every transfer.
Yes.
You understand?
I thank God she uses First Bank, so I have First Bank account. So
First bank to first bank,
Yeah.
is going to be free.
10 naira,
But
not
then-
free, 10 naira. They
Are you
actually
sure?
moved. I'm telling you, they removed 10 naira. 150
Okay,
naira.
so that means if it's to another bank, that's when
It's
it's more.
30 something. I mean 20.
Okay.
So sorry, 20 something naira.
And Union Bank is about 26 naira. I can't remember, but it's 26 naira thereabout. If you're making transfers to another person. And I also use Kuda Bank. Kuda Bank has gives you 25 free transfers in a month.
Oh, okay.
So if you go over that, you start paying a transfer fee of about 10 naira
Oh.
for every transfer. 10 naira, 26 couples.
Yeah. And then another thing that I am now, this is now me being a conspiracy theorist here. Yeah.
No room for conspiracy theory.
Okay, but it's open, right? I feel they are trying to make this cars, right, for cashless policy, of course, yes, to promote the policy, like what's it called, the use of less use of cash and moving into that cashless era, right? But then I'm looking at this. They want to make it scarce till after election so that they will reduce the amount of money being used to coerce people to make choices for them, right, during the election period.
Yes.
Yeah, because one, no old money is worth anything during the election. You understand? And then, meaning politicians can't use old money to bribe, and there's few in circulation. So bribing people is going to be less fruitful. Even if that will happen, right, it's going to be less, not as frequent as it was going to be if it was old naira notes. You understand? So, and also, as I said,
And truly, but based on that political, a lot of politicians are actually feeling the pressure.
yeah,
And okay, before this announcement of the extension of the deadline to February 10th, some politicians in the National Assembly they said that it should be extended to January 30th. Although they said 31st, when they added one extra day to the month of June. Maybe we are going to operate a different calendar from the rest of the world.
yeah.
Who knows these things? So yeah, they wanted an extension to the end of June, and I feel like okay, there was something that we discovered concerning the law concerning CBN redesign.
Yes.
I think David, can you bring that up?
Yeah, the Nigerian Bar Association, right, in Nigeria did something. They mentioned, like, they sent a written note to Emefiele. That was like 2 days ago. And they were, so like a section of what they wrote, they said, notwithstanding the deadline imposed by the Central Bank of Nigeria, this house will see to it that this provision of law is honored in full. So now, first part of it is that the Central Bank Act under Section 20 allows the Central Bank to change the legal tender. But it also says that after the expiration date, such naira note changed will no longer be legal tender. Full stop. That's part one. The second part now is,
at least we know of that.
we know of that, right?
I mean, the deadline has not even reached, and people are already rejecting the old notes.
Exactly, you understand. But now the second part, this is where I found it interesting because it says that 2, 3 to 5 months after, even in June, any old note presented to the banks shall be redeemed by the banks. That point, according to the NBA, they said that point needs to be made public to the central bank and also to people. Yeah. Now, what this second part means is that yes, the old note cannot be used in the market. They cannot be used in the market to buy and sell. But then you can take your old notes between now and June, and it can still be collected, and it will be collected by the banks, and it has not been made public.
People will know about it.
You understand?
So first of all, the reason I asked you to bring that up. So now that is not going to make sense. First, why I remember that was because of the first of all the stuff that I can't remember the name of the lawmaker who said it during last night their session.
Okay.
He proposed that they should extend it to January 30th, deadline. And knowing what we know now about the plan for this redesign, what they're trying to achieve, understand? We know that that's not going to work. It's not going to happen like that. Understand? And then when you now realize that based on what this man said, you can actually have law to back it up. Understand?
Yeah.
But then does that law actually make sense if you actually think about what they're trying to do? You understand? Yes, there's a very bright idea behind it because let's face it, Buhari has actually been showing signs that he wants a really, really free and fair election this year. Understand? And this might be one of the ways that he's trying to do that.
My theory is that he has two messages, you understand, for the politicians, right? Oh, sorry, one to the public, the other one he's trying to help. One to the politicians. One, he's trying to help the citizens to not be coerced with money to make decisions, right, to vote. So he is trying to provide that opportunity for citizens to make decisions based on their own reasoning and thinking, right? Not to be coerced by money by politicians.
I should be able to come and meet you and convince you that I should vote for me.
Yes, exactly. And then he's telling the politicians, if you really want to win this election, go and convince the individuals, right? So he's just trying to create a level playing field for every politician. That's just it.
That's it, truly. That will not make sense. And if you now look at it, okay, so does that mean that this whole policy is illegal? Because I want to take us back. Last week we did an episode about India and stuff. I just remember something. India also had a redesign in recent history. That was in 2016. The whole pressures, the rush, and everybody trying to beat deadlines. You understand? That's what's happening in Nigeria currently.
Yeah.
You see long queues at banks and everything. It was much worse in India. India with a large population and everything, people even died in the process of trying to,
And the thing is that during that period,
old notes.
During that period, they have more rural areas than us.
Yes.
You understand? And the population density is more at the rural areas than at the developed areas. You understand? So which means the banks are less in those populated densely populated areas, you understand, than compared to
the urban areas.
Developed areas.
Yeah. So similar things happened. The whole thing was brought up. They had to even solve. There were litigations, there were protests and whatnot concerning the whole policy about the redesign. I think it was also their 500 rupee and 1,000 rupee notes that they wanted to redesign. But they even instead they issued a 2,000 rupee note. After that, it was 500 and 2,000 that they now later issued after that. So, based on that, they actually wanted to make the e-banking system more popular in India at the time. That's like kind of like what they're trying to do here in Nigeria. They want a more cashless society. You know that. So that's what they're trying to do. They're trying to achieve at that time, and then they wanted to reduce the amount of those 500 and 1,000 rupees in circulation. Understand? Kind of like what is happening here again. 500, 1,200 naira notes are trying to reduce their what's it called? like their density in the market. They try to reduce that. So that's really what has been trying to happen, and they tried doing that in India. It has eventually happened, like quite alright. But then it wasn't a pleasant experience. It was a very ugly experience for Indians at the time. So it's kind of like what's happening in Nigeria again. Short notice. I mean, they announced this in October. What was the reason why they could not? I mean, okay, they could have started printing this and announced in October. Or I mean, it doesn't make sense to start something for an
No, as I said when we did predictions or talked about Central Bank of Nigeria, I believe that they know what they are doing.
Oh, they know what they are doing.
Making it scarce is a plan. Definitely.
That's the point. But then, my own issue right now is the fact that we have like two kinds of currencies in circulation right now, so close to the deadline.
Yeah.
Ordinarily, this deadline was supposed to be Tuesday. So we still had. I mean, today I spent a very freshly minted 500 naira note, an old note. I looked at it as I was even going to spend. I looked at it, so I said, "Let me look at it." But I didn't even realize because I had withdrawn that money. Was it on Thursday or Friday? So I just looked at it, the 500 naira note. I was like, this. I just brought it outside. I was like, this thing feels very new, so crisp and everything. So I just said, let me open it and see what year 2022.
Oh, really?
2022.
Oh, wow.
So it was a freshly minted, money. I still have all those things in circulation.
Yeah.
Understand? And then today, okay, I've actually seen the 500 naira notes, but I've never owned one because every time I withdraw, it's always the older 500 naira notes. But I have gotten the 1000 naira notes. I haven't seen the 200 naira note like at all.
Okay.
You understand?
I've seen the 200. I've seen the. Okay, I've not seen the 500 naira. I've seen the 200 and I've seen the 1000. I've held 1000. I've held 200. I've never held 500.
So you understand this actually is a little bit of pressure on the citizens right now, because now it's starting to lead to something else now. Now I was saying something about Nigerians, trying to take a profit of everything.
Yes.
So
God.
if you realize now, going to ATM, how has your ATM experience been?
I've not gone to ATM.
You've not even gone to ATM.
I don't want to do that stress.
Even okay, me personally, but I have not really been an ATM kind of person for a long time since we came back in 2021. I've not really been an ATM person anymore. I feel like it's stress for me now. It's like going all the way to the bank to use ATM and stuff.
But you know what? Apart from that, you come back to this. But now I'm afraid of going to POS.
There's a reason for that.
I'm afraid of going to POS to go and withdraw money.
Why?
Because I feel they are fakes. Not that I feel, now I know that they are fakes.
Okay.
I felt it before. I knew that there were going to be fake currencies in circulation, right? But now, even on the fake currencies being in circulation, they're not selling it. You get? Now they are not selling it. People are not selling. They're doing it. They're doing it in the name of that. They have POS machines. What they do is that you send them money, and then they will even tell you that 1000 naira is 100 naira. To withdraw 2000 or 3000 naira is 200. You understand? And I'm like, why the hell are you doing that? Just because something is scarce, you then increase the money?
Yeah, I withdrew 5,000 naira and I spent an extra 500 naira also, just because.
Exactly. I didn't even know 5,000. 5,000 is now 500.
Every 1,000 naira,
there's 100
you are going to
naira.
have 100 naira.
100 naira.
Ordinarily, it was like, okay, if you want to withdraw 1,000 naira or less, like 15 naira charge. Then everything above 1,000 naira is free. You pay, I think, 1,000 to 10,000. You pay 100 naira. But now, if you are going to, even my sister withdrew 10,000 naira sometime during the week, so that she has to spend extra 1,000 naira.
That's 11,000.
Understand?
Just to get
10,000 naira. So it's very annoying. It's not just here, all over Nigeria.
It's all over Nigeria. But I think it doesn't start from the POS. It starts from the bank. Because I heard of someone. I was just because I know how to speak Hausa and have conversations in Hausa fluently. I was talking with.
But a Hausa boy.
I'm not a Hausa boy. And me being born and I'm an indigenous of the northeast doesn't mean I am a Hausa man.
I look like you're rapping.
I'm trying to make myself very clear, right? I'm clear. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's people so that it's not only Hausa that is in the north.
Yes,
We have
it's
a
not.
lot of tribes that are being marginalized though.
God.
My tribe is heavily marginalized.
Yeah.
Please, I'm not Hausa. Thank you.
Look, let me even make this very clear. Yeah, we actually need to make this an episode.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
We really need to make this an episode. Why? Because the whole of Northeast is not Hausa.
That's it.
Let's even start with that. The whole of Northeast is there's no Hausa there at all.
I guess I have.
At all.
I guess I've activated him.
No.
So please let me drag you back to the, to the topic of discussion. So yeah, you were saying something about discussing with somebody. You heard someone.
Yes, I went to buy gas, right? On yesterday. That was on Saturday. So I was talking to this person. Like three of them they were talking. This man is in business. The other one is not in business, right? He was like saying he pitied those that are in business. Yeah, because one, they have to go and withdraw 500,000 naira now. You understand? They didn't give money now, but to get 500,000 naira, they have to pay 50,000 naira.
Wow.
Yes. To get the new Naira notes, right? They have to put 50,000 naira. Very wrong. Very wrong. And it happens in the banks.
That can be okay. It's more like a way to make some extra.
Yes.
Extra cash.
So I don't really understand why. Is
So
it that they are?
like as if they are
holding it?
Mm-hmm. Giving
Or
to a
what?
select few people.
People, yeah.
People who can pay for it.
Yeah,
Because
exactly.
let's face it, I was trying to even say something that time about when I was saying I don't really go to the 8. I didn't really go to the 8 and I was going to the POS. And let's make that whole point of the 100 naira, 1,000 naira everywhere. Then aside from that, I wanted to say that people that are going to ATMs now are not even able to withdraw money because there's no money in the ATM. What is it called? Or you have to go into the bank. And you go into the bank, you see heavy queues for the ATM, and then you go into the bank, do the same thing.
Exactly.
Because number one, people are coming to deposit their money, and there's people that are trying to withdraw money. So where are people getting the money from? So the people that are even running the POS, so they have to go to the bank to probably get their own money. So because people aren't really getting the money. You get to the ATM, and the ATM is even dispensing old notes. Some people don't want to withdraw money right now. Someone made a joke that your old notes are liquidating in front of your eyes.
I'm telling you, in front of your eyes.
They're liquidating
I saw it on your post.
because you can't. Those things are no longer going to be legal tender. In fact, we can even say they are not legal tender in some places, in some instances.
Yes.
When I even withdrew money on Friday, when they gave me those 500 naira that old last year, I went to the person and said, they are giving me old notes. Why are you giving me old notes? I said, so you say you're going to spend. I said, no, it's not here, I'm going to spend it. I might have been in school, So I just withdrew because that was like the closest place to me at the time and I needed to buy something. So ordinarily, and I like doing transfers. Like I do the whole transfer thing. I prefer doing transfers than saving.
Yeah, same thing.
For a long time now.
I don't like.
For
over a year now. I don't. I don't like holding cash with me.
Yeah. So initially, I had that bias when it came to this cashless policy thing. I was like, okay, fine, this is a good initiative because ordinarily I was already there. I was there before most other people. You understand? Because I just you have account number, give me this. But there's another problem now. There are people that we live in a place like Samaru now, for example. There are 6 banks. I mean, we say that this place is a rural community because that is only the school that made it popular. You understand? So if the school didn't exist, people wouldn't be here. Nobody will even come here. That's what so many people say.
This is basically a village.
Somebody really asked, is Samaru really a rural area? Because you look at it, I mean, okay, fine, this thing I'm about to say might also still be because of the school. You understand? We have 6 banks right here. We have Union Bank, we have First Bank, we have DTB, we have UBA, we have Jai's Bank, we have Access Bank right here in Samaru.
Yeah.
You understand? And then it seems like a lot of people still don't have account numbers. You understand? This, I mean, majority of business owners do, because come on, at this point, if you're running a business and you don't have an account number, I don't feel like I take it seriously, to be honest. But so most places I go, I'm able to.
If you're a business owner and you don't have a business account, I'm not taking you seriously. You see, KB, let me even go to my professional area.
So it's not like these people. Probably, I don't know whether it's like a lack of trust in the banking system or something like that. But in this situation, this is a situation where having a bank account really helps you, because you don't even need to bow to all those pressures of I need to have money in my hand, I need to have money in my hand. I feel like the things where you need to spend money is maybe on things like transport. You understand?
Yeah.
Because you can't a bike man cannot be carrying a POS up and down, that kind of stuff.
Exactly.
I mean, it's possible, it's doable, but then it's really not at this point. It's
too much stress.
It's too short notice for anyone to even think of
that. It will happen.
It's something that can happen over time, but then it's too short notice. And there's so many other things that, I mean, for God's sake, everybody has a PVC here. It seems everybody has a PVC, but nobody has account number. It's actually annoying. You understand? Some people say like, I want to transfer, because you know that okay, these people will most likely not collect, and there are the same people that will not collect the old notes. Some people are still collecting the old notes because they know that they can go to the bank and they put it and stuff. But these particular people that don't want to collect that don't have account number, are still saying that want to collect old notes.
Yes.
They're still making it a lot difficult for people that are trying to, I mean, think about the actual rural areas that don't even have those banks at all. You understand?
I was talking to
how those ones not even do.
I was talking to a KK man, just having a conversation with him. He was like saying that some people in the villages have closed their shops now because of this banknotes.
So till the deadline passes, and that's why I'm not even happy about. I'm not happy about the extension. Let's be honest. I'm not happy about the extension.
They shouldn't have done it. They shouldn't have bowed the pressure. They shouldn't have bowed to the pressure. They should have just allowed. But the thing is that people are crying. 900 billion naira.
Is what is left. What is left outside the banking system, right?
The banking system.
A bit out of how many trillion did they say that time?
That's 75%.
75% already back into the banking system.
I can't remember. But it's right now 75% of that amount is inside the banking system.
Before that, over 80% of Nigeria's money was outside the banking system. That was scary.
But they actually tried.
It means that they really mopped up the money and taken it back into the banking system.
They actually tried.
So right now, I feel like a lot of people need to start evolving, going towards that cashless system. Try to use a little bit more of the bank apps. That's why
fintech is going to blow up this year in Nigeria.
It is definitely.
Fintech is going to blow up in Nigeria. It's been showing signs, but the policies that have in this country is really going to really blow them up, especially when it comes to business. Freelancers are going to enjoy it. Trust me. Things are going to happen. There are things in the works at the moment. Well, anyway, so yeah, that's the episode, guys, and hope you enjoyed this discussion. And Kabiru is showing me that he has not disappointed anybody. Buhari has not disappointed anybody, not Kabiru. Another spoiler at the end is that I predicted this one and you already know that it was going to happen. Cody Rhodes as well.
I actually said it that if Cody Rhodes doesn't win the Royal Rumble, stop watching WWE.
He was I told you this. It was written all over. After Hell in a Cell, he was going to win it. So anyway, guys,
the American Nightmare.
Yeah, see, I love that guy. I just hope that they don't break my heart. I want him to win, but I don't think he's going
You
to
don't
win.
see it happening.
We
actually don't see it happening.
I don't see him winning. I don't see him winning Roman Reigns.
I feel like it's going to happen at SummerSlam, not WrestleMania.
Not WrestleMania, exactly.
Yeah.
That's what I also think.
So this is just an achievement for him. I've won the Royal Rumble right now, and then he's going to have a setback by losing probably at WrestleMania.
For them come back.
It doesn't make any sense for Roman Reigns.
It doesn't actually. It does not make sense. To be honest, it doesn't make sense. But if he actually loses, by the way, guys, this is not a podcast for wrestling. I've an amazing week.
It's not just that we are sports fans, because we basically watch all sports right now.
Yep.
So it seems like every week we are bringing one form of of sports news.
MotoGP and Formula One have already started showing what's it called, new cars for each team, and I'm waiting for that period to come in March. All resuming in March, right? Yes. And then I have football. I have for NBA. I'm just waiting for playoffs to come. I'm not the regular season type of guy. I'm just
waiting for the Warriors to repeat.
Yes.
That's the Warriors without a W. Yeah.
See, they're not going to win. That's if they're even going for the playoffs myself. On that note, goodbye.